Good morning, children. I am Rabu ma'am, and I am going to teach you science. Let us begin with the first chapter, nutrition in plants. Nutrients, the components of food like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals are called nutrients. Nutrients help living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair the damaged parts of their bodies, to provide energy to carry out life processes. Nutrition, the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body is called nutrition. Modes of nutrition, there are two main modes of nutrition in living organisms. They are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition is nutrition in which organisms can prepare their own food. Organisms which can prepare their own food are called autotrophs. Heterotrophic nutrition is nutrition in which organisms get their food directly or indirectly from plants. Organisms which get their food directly or indirectly from plants are called heterotrophs. Photosynthesis. So now we will see how plants prepare their food with the help of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis food making process in plants. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants prepare their own food by using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. Photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. Sunlight is obtained from the sun. Water is absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide is taken from the air through small pores in the leaves called stomata. Chlorophyll are the green pigments present in the leaves. So here you can see the diagram of stomata. They are the small pores present in the leaves, and this small opening help in the process of photosynthesis. Here you can see the diagram of stomata and how they help in the preparation of food. Children, you can now observe each cell in a leaf which consists of chloroplast, which contain chlorophyll, nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole membrane, cell membrane, cellulose, which is a cell wall. You need to draw this diagram in your notebook. You can also observe the internal structure of the leaf, which consists of upper epidermis, mesophyll, lower epidermis. Stoma is a small opening for the exchange of gases, and spongy mesophyll. This is the structure of internal part of the leaves. Next, we will go for a video on internal structure of a leaf to make this concept more clear to you.
Let's have a look at the internal structure of a leaf. The epidermal layers found on both the upper and lower surfaces of the leaf are made up of non-photosynthetic and transparent cells. They are covered with a waxy waterproof substance called cutin, which forms a cuticle layer. This cuticle layer, the guard cells, possess chloroplasts and control water loss. Their walls are thicker around the stoma. When a lower water potential develops in the guard cells, water will enter into it by osmosis. As the cells become turgid, the part of the cell with the thicker wall cannot expand as much as the other side. So the pair of guard cells is pulled apart and the stoma opens. The mesophyll tissue is an internal part of the leaf where the process of photosynthesis takes place. It consists of two layers, the palisade mesophyll, which is the upper layer, and the spongy mesophyll, which is the lower layer. Let's learn about palisade mesophyll first. Have you noticed those beautiful fine lines on a leaf? They are the veins, which is another important part of the leaf. The veins are the vascular tissues of the leaf located in the spongy mesophyll. These veins are arranged in a specific pattern, a branching network which is called venation. Veins comprise of both xylem and phloem. Xylem carries water and mineral salts from the roots to the leaves, and they diffuse out to the surrounding mesophyll cells. The sugar produced during photosynthesis is carried by the phloem cells out of the leaves to the other parts of the plant. Photosynthesis takes place in chloroplasts. They are oval-shaped structures which contain chlorophyll. More chloroplasts are situated in palisade mesophyll, which, as we know, lie perpendicular to the epidermis, thereby increasing the surface area exposed to the light. They move towards those parts of the cells which receive more light. Let's summarize. Leaves are arranged in a manner which prevents overlapping of their surfaces and thus enables efficient exposure to light. The epidermal layer is covered with pores or stomata, and each stoma contains a pair of guard cells which regulates the passing of water and gases through stomata. The upper as well as the lower epidermal layer of the leaf is covered with cuticle layer which prevents water loss. The leaf, which contains chlorophyll, obtains carbon dioxide and water and captures sunlight, which aids them in the process of photosynthesis. The leaf
Now, children, we will see the importance of chlorophyll pigments in the process of photosynthesis. Chlorophyll uses the energy from sunlight to prepare food by using water and carbon dioxide. The food prepared is carbohydrate, which is then converted into starch. During photosynthesis, oxygen is released. Equation of photosynthesis: carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight gives carbohydrate and oxygen. So here you can see the process of photosynthesis is very helpful to give out carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and to purify air. That's why we need to grow plant as many as possible. Let us see the diagram of photosynthesis. Here the plant prepare its own food with the help of solar energy, that is sunlight, in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, green pigments, that is chlorophyll, to prepare its own food. Now let us see what we have discussed. We need to remember these points. Living organisms such as plants and animals survive on food. The food gives them the energy to perform several activities in their life and helps in the growth. Nutrients: certain substances are present in the food that help in the survival of the organism. These special substances are called nutrients. For example, proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, minerals, and fats. Some living organisms, like plants, synthesize their food by themselves, while others, such as animals, depend upon the plants and other animals for their food. Time for assignment. You have to write this question and answer in your notebook. So, the questions are: what is nutrition? How do plants prepare their food? Where is the food made in plants? Why sun is called the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms? Soon after the assignment, you will have a video showing the internal parts of the leaves with the help of the stomata, how the exchange of gases takes place, and the various parts of the internal organ of the leaves. You can watch the video. Enjoy yourself, children. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.